Okay, so let's do recognition and announcements. And then I'll bring on Alexis. So she can throw in some her tips and stuff. So this week's top action or top coaches of the week, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed, is Ashley, Trisha, Chelsea, Brittany, and Petra. So congratulations, ladies, on that. And then the Dreamer Society, Brittany, Emma, Brianne, Talia, and myself. And we do have Leaders on the Rise. You guys, I just edited this because I was told that it was wrong. So again, please don't kill us. It's not us that does it. So please be like, we're doing our best. Like, we want to pull our hair out, but Emma's gonna have a conversation with her, so don't you worry. But what was I gonna say? Brittany, we added you to Success Starters month 1. I added Marcella is going to be Emerald next week. So I just went ahead and updated it. So Marcella will still shout you out next week. So congratulations on that. And then some new watches is Brianna, and we also have Bianca, Tatum, and some other girls on there. So this is your opportunity, guys. You know, we put these boards up here so that this gives you motivation to, you know, show up, right? Obviously. And then June weekly leaderboard. Also updated. Catherine was not at SC2, she's at SC5. So updated that as well. And what else? Honestly, you guys, our goal this month is 100 lives changed. So I myself need to get to work. You know, I made an action plan, so I hope that you guys have an action plan. Follow up. How many more days do we have in the month? We have a lot. You guys, we're in the middle. We're in the middle and a half of the month. We have time, you know, but it's the 18th. The 30th is going to creep up real quick, okay? So I hope that you're making those lists. I hope that you're making connections. I hope that you're, you know, following up, inviting, and doing all those things. If you're struggling, then I hope that you're also reaching out to your coach and you're asking for a one-on-one. You know, even if you had a one-on-one on Tuesday and you want one on Friday, that's okay. That's what we're here for. There is zero hand-holding on this team and on Emma's team and on Ashley's team. You know, you guys have to reach out to us. You know, you have to let us know what you're struggling with. We're not mind readers. We want you guys to be successful, but I'm looking for girls, and I know Emma and Ashley are too, are looking for girls that are like wanting to us, and because it's exhausting to drag a coach and like be like, hey, are you doing this? Like, no, we're all adults here. We all know what it takes, and you know, I believe, and we all believe, that we are so freaking made for more, and that we deserve this, and that we can change lives, and you know, we can show up for ourselves and do all of the things. We're freaking strong. We are women. We are strong and powerful and mighty, okay? And don't let anyone or fear like that hold you back, because you're totally freaking capable of it. Sorry, I've been reading Miracle Morning this whole week, and I'm just on fire. So like I said, if you haven't read it, y'all need to read it, okay? But here are the top weekly volume earners. And again, this is going to be tweaked because we aren't sure really how this is. Emma's going to talk to Carrie about that, because sometimes it's wrong and sometimes it's right. So, but just know that weekly volume is something that we all should strive over here, you guys, like myself included. Some weeks I am, some weeks I'm not. You know, some weeks Emma is, some weeks Emma's not. You know what I mean? So, but the goal is to be here, honestly, and like, because that's building a team. That's, you know, having a team cycle bonus and not relying on commissions. You know what I mean? So that's why we want to do these weekly top volumes. And honestly, the 200 plus has just grown a lot, to be honest. So I'm really proud of you guys, to be totally honest. Like, that's incredible. So we're just making moves to go over here. And if you don't understand what volume means, then again, one-on-one, ask your coach, okay? Congratulations to Talia. She hit Emerald today, so that's also huge. And then, sorry, I'm just looking. Okay. And then we do have our regular announcements that we honestly always do. Again, Sorry, I'm just making sure. Okay. Again, $20 off is still happening. Muscle burns fat. Does anyone not understand the dates that we are doing? Like, post in the chat box for muscle burns fat. Are we all clear on the dates of when you can purchase, when the coach and discount coach group starts, and when the challengers can sign up, and when the challenger group starts? We all are understanding of all of those dates, right? Type in the chat box if you don't know. Don't be afraid either. Like, I want to make sure everyone is on the same page. Okay. Let me just go to the chat box really quick. Okay. Yeah, I'll review it one more time. So, coaches and discount coaches, VIPs, whatever, can sign up on July 7th, can purchase on July 7th. Okay. Like if or, new customers who don't want to be a VIP have to wait until July 27th to purchase. Okay. But if you have a customer between July 7th and July 27th and that wants to sign up, they can sign up during that period as a coach, as a VIP member. Okay. I want you guys to know that. So they can have early access, right? That test group coach discount. Okay. And then, so July 7th, we are able to order. Then on July 20th is when the exclusive test group is starting. Okay. So July 20th, the coach test group is starting. All right. And then on July 27th, everyone can order VIP early access. And then on August 10th is when the challenger group starts. Okay. So does that make sense? Yeah. All right. We have talked about MBFA, but I want that to be clear first, and then we'll talk about that later. Okay. But use you guys should be talking a week about muscle burns fat. But also salted caramels coming out. Again, only 70,000 units. So please follow up, reach out to your customers, be promoting it. And another thing is summit cutoff for Warrior Nation and Rise Up Dynasty is July 16th. July 16th is the cutoff to come to the summit party at Mikasa. Okay. You have to be an emerald or above.
She'll be back. I would keep going, but I don't have access to the slides. I'm assuming this is it. Oh, she just texted me. Okay, perfect. I know what I just want to make sure it's the next. Okay, so and then we're gonna have, with the MBF, we're gonna have the challenger call, and we had talked about this last week. So you can hop on ours or you can do one yourself. But what's gonna happen is challenger call for every team is gonna be on Saturday mornings, and so that's gonna be open for Zoom. It's a check-in. How's your week? It's gonna be 30 minutes and then cut off, and that's gonna be at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then there's going to be the opportunity to work out together afterwards at 8 Pacific Standard Time, which would be 11 Eastern Standard Time, and Gabby is back on, so we should have the slides back.
Okay, yeah. What did you?
I just finished the challenger. I just said that with the 7 a.m. we're going to cut off at 30 minutes, and then we can work out together afterwards, but PST, EST, and so that's all I got.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. Y'all, you guys, I was guest speaking for someone yesterday, and guess how many times I got kicked off? Literally 6 times. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna go crawl in bed now. So I'm sorry, but she was so nice. Wait till I freaking go and tell my mom after this. So again, the new coach training, by the way, this is just really quickly, Amanda and I were talking about it in the car today, but it's not going to be 14 days anymore, and we're not calling it a new coach training. We're calling it something else. So if anyone has ideas on what we should call it, yeah, let me know, because it's not a new coach training. It's more of like an accountability about posting and stuff like that. And it's only going to be 7 days now, because there's no really need to do 14 days. I think it's too much. And 1 week to get you guys, posting and having that consistency. And you don't have to be a part of it if you feel like you're already consistent. But if it's holding you accountable to be consistent, then please add yourself. But we're not going to do Let's Celebrate. So the only is Alexis on. Hold on, I'm looking. Oh, hi.
I'm here.
I was like, where is she? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna stop. If I get off because of my internet, you guys will still be on. So I'm just gonna stop talking now. But this is Alexis. She is a diamond coach, success starter, and she's currently in the Muscle Burns Fat Test group. So literally so jealous. She's been coaching since October 2018. And you guys, the reason why we, tell our coaches, hey, success starter, is because you can get access to being a part of a test group. Like, how that is amazing for your business alone, honestly. So, and you guys, you know what it takes to be a success starter. You have to hit Success Club, help 3 women in your first 3 months, but you have 6 months to hit it, okay? So that's what a success starter is, and that's why Alexis got that invite to the Muscle Burns Fat Test group, meaning that she's doing it way before all of us. So maybe she'll tell us a little about that. But I'm going to stop talking and give it up to Alexis, and there you go.
Hey guys, so when Gabby went away, I really thought that was me. So my internet goes out. I will be back. Can you make it where I can share my screen?
Yeah. I have to find you. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that internet thing is just not fun. Where did you go? Hold on. Here you are. Perfect. Okay, hold on. I'll just.
And while I'm waiting, I will tell y'all that
Perfect.
MBF is complete game changer. I've been using Beachbody programs for 2 years now, and this is my legit favorite program. I've never gotten results like this before. And I literally have never had abs in my life. You'll get to see a picture, but I'm here for it. And I will check the chat at the end because I'm totally a squirrel and we'll get off topic very easily. So I just kind of want to talk to you all about how I went diamond and how important it is to just focus and take action. Before I get started, while all of you are sitting here, I want you to go and unfollow every single coach that you follow that is not on your team, because you're going to get caught in that trap of comparing yourself to them. And I, for one, have done that, and 2, I see my coaches do it. So I want you all to be successful and not compare yourself and get yourself down. However, you can still look at their Instagram just to see some motivation. I mean, you can totally check out my Instagram, but I probably will not follow you back just for the fact that I don't want to catch myself in that trap. So a little bit about me. This is my second go around in coaching. I coached for about a year and it was a complete no-go. I spent a lot of money in business service fees literally to make no money. My coach was not helpful, neither was her upline, and I was just trying to wing it, and I had no training. So I finally gave it up because I was tired of paying business service fees, and I was a broke college student. So I gave it up actually this month last year, and I told myself that I was fine without it and I was just going to continue doing Beachbody programs, but I just didn't need to be a coach, and I really didn't even need accountability because I was doing it myself. So I actually had started stalking my current coach on Instagram because she was in a test group for Transform 20. And so I started stalking her, and then she reached out to me and was like, oh, do you have a community? And I was like, yeah, I do, but I didn't really interact with them. I don't need them. And she was like, I could not do this without them. And I was like, I don't need that community. So finally, when I took progress pictures and compared them to where I was last summer when I was coaching, I realized that I couldn't do this without the community, and I couldn't do this without coaching. So this right here, the first picture at the top was when I started Beachbody 2 years ago. And then the picture to the right is when I quit coaching last summer. And then here we are last September. My results went completely backwards, as you can see, and I was not proud of that. So finally, I told her that I would join her community because I didn't really feel like I was a part of the other one. And so I reached out and I was like, so I think I want to do this coaching thing again. And so I told my boyfriend about it. He was like, well, are you really going to like give it your all this time? And I was like, yes, if I'm not successful within 3 months, I'm quitting and never going back. Well, your girl got to work and I literally set all these freaking goals for myself and watched every training I could, listened to every podcast I could, and the rest was history. So I'm a school teacher. These are my objectives for today. I'm just going to give you some quick tips that how I went diamond in 6 weeks and go from there. And then I'll have an action item for you guys. So my coach reached out to me back in March when I lost my job from teaching. I was a substitute teacher, and my coach reached out and was like, hey, we're going to do this Push to Diamond group. Do you want to be a part of it? And I was like, I really just can't afford the extra money right now. And she reached out and said, if I pay for it, will you do it? And I was like, I promise you I will show up more than ever. Y'all, I have never worked this business so hard in my life, knowing that I couldn't let her down and she was holding me to this. So I am a firm believer in setting goals and having incentives for yourself. So for me, my goal was when I hit diamond, I'm going to buy a new Apple Watch because my watch was going to die. Like, it may not have made it this far. So I set this goal and I really pushed hard. I stayed on the phone with coach relations for hours upon hours in week 1 of quals for diamond because they had issues that they never contacted me about. They canceled my mom's account and all this stuff. So me being the bullhead I am, I literally like fought with them and told them I was not getting off the phone with them until they fixed it. And they fixed it. So I called my coach and I was like, you'll never believe what they just said. So I treated myself to that Apple Watch. So my next tip is wake up, start your day with gratitude, and listen to PD. I will be honest with you, gratitude has truly changed my life. And what I do every day is I wake up and I write 5 things that I'm thankful for from the day before. And this can be anything from like, I'm thankful for that car that let me drive by without pulling out in front of me, or I'm thankful for my dog not barking all night long. Like, it can be anything. And then I do PD typically before I do anything else, like even before I work out, because it sets positive intentions for the day. While I was in this Push to Diamond group, I was reading Get Over Your Damn Self. And I promise you, this book changed my entire perspective over coaching and changed my life. It helped me get over the fear of inviting. It changed my mindset about talking to people and getting to like know people. It helped me learn how to like build connections and lead with the business. And I just can't say enough about it. One thing that I definitely suggest that helped me with like inviting while I was reading this book is there was a lot of people in my warm market I was terrified to invite. And I was on Zoom one day and I was working with my girls and I was like, y'all, I really want to invite this lady. I substituted for her when she had her baby and I'm just scared. Like, I'm afraid she's going to reject me because I work with her husband now. And they were like, just send the message. So I typed the message up and I pushed the send button and swiped out of the message as fast as I could because I was like, no way am I going to be here when she reads it. Because what if she says no? Like, I have to see her husband every day at school. Well, little did I know, 10 minutes later, I was sending a share cart to this lady, and she has been like all in and lost like 2.5 pounds her first week. And she is one of my best challengers. So do not let the fear of inviting somebody stop you. So, something that I have definitely learned throughout this journey is to show up and share authentically and consistently. I know as cliche as it sounds, and we hear this every day, you need to show up on social media every day, no matter what, like you got to talk about the real stuff. But I'm here to tell you that even if you've had a bad day, there's somebody else that's probably having a worse day than you are. Just because you were bombarded with all this stuff going on doesn't mean that you can't show up on social media. Even if it's just a quick whatever, like a create mode, or the other day I did a boomerang because I had just kind of had a low-key day, and I just did like a boomerang of what I was doing, and that was it. Because I mean, I'm still showing up, checking in, and I even share on social media when I'm having a rest day or all kinds of things. The one thing that I really blew my mind when I was like starting to show up more on social media is we got a puppy at the beginning of quarantine, and our life has been hell. Like, she doesn't sleep. She had worms when we got her, so she pooped in her crate every single night, and it was just bad. So I literally got on my stories and like asked for people to help me. I was like, can somebody please make this dog stop pooping? Well, I got a lot of responses about it. And I mean, like a lot of things, like even training her and different things, like I've done so many good things out of it. And people are like, oh my gosh, I love seeing this stuff about your dog. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So sharing real life stuff and showing people that like you're a human outside of just working out, because people don't want to, they're proud of you for consistently showing up or being motivated or inspiring them. But people don't want to see your sweaty selfie every single day and think, oh, well, she just works out and eats kale salads every day. Because I'm sorry, that's not you. Like, if you eat kale salad and just work out, then heck yeah. But let me tell you, I love chicken nuggets, and I'm not about to give up chicken nuggets. So I'm here for it. Another thing that I've shared is I had to go dairy free because it was causing a lot of sensitivities to my body. And I've shared a lot about my journey. I've shared tips that I've learned. I shared how I found out. I've shared a lot of different things about it. And I've just kind of figured out like what really describes me. So looking at this picture, this like clip of my Instagram, the screenshot of my Instagram over to the left, this was my Instagram back in like January. I use those cringy Instagram filters that made me look green in one of those pictures and all these crazy things. And I really wasn't showing up but what I thought people wanted to see. Like I would show these quotes or, oh yeah, I did my workout, or got my Starbucks, like I'm a basic girl. But do people really care that I'm drinking Starbucks? Like, they want to know more about my life. So if you look over here to the right, this is my Instagram as of this morning. I share a lot about my dog. If you scroll my Instagram, it's 90% my dog. And I share a lot of more about coaching now than I ever have, because coaching has truly changed my life, and coaching is what I want to do full time one day. So I show up and show what coaching has done for me and what I hope that it will continue to do for me. I am a farm girl. I grew up farming. I plan to be back on the farm when I'm coaching full time. I am an ag teacher and agriculture is my thing. So I started a new thing on my Instagram that is Ag Fact Friday. So I share things like the picture of the combine. I talked about what growing up on a farm did for me, or I talk about like how I start my seeds in my garden, or I've talked about like the benefits of growing your own food or different things like that, because that's what people can relate to. Like I'm gonna attract Aggies, and that's what I want. And obviously, I always want to have a transformation on there. I don't typically have 3 of them in this many pictures, but I've been super proud of myself lately, especially with this test group. This picture right here, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse, but this picture right here has been since I started this test group. And I like want people to do MDF because this program is literally thebomb.com. So I've been sharing as much as I could about that. This one, power hours truly changed my business. Do not give me the excuse that you can't get on 1 power hour a day, because I'm sure that there are plenty of coaches in this team or that you know that do power hours, or there are always 3 a day in that are by like the star diamonds that are always helpful. And if you look at this graphic here, it even tells you whether it's like inviting or connecting or whatever. So you know what it is and you know you can plan. So I definitely suggest planning when you're going to do power hours ahead of time. And don't call yourself power houring alone or working alone. Find an accountability buddy or get on Zoom or whatever and find some friends to do this with you so that you're not doing this alone, because you're going to end up scrolling Instagram instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm totally guilty of that. So and then lastly, there are some pre-recorded ones in Champions page that are always good that I've tried before. So lastly, what I want you all to do now, I'll give you like a couple minutes to think about it, but I want you to think about your why. And I'm a firm believer that your why has to be deep. Like it can't just be, I want to help people be confident. No, like that's a good one, but like dig a little bit deeper. Like, why do you want them to feel that way? What has coaching done for you? Or what is this, like, what has Beachbody done for you? Dig deep and like really push yourself, because if your why is not deep enough, then when Susie over here is like, why are you doing that? Like, coaching is not going to pay your bills. When Susie is judging you, you're going to want to quit. Don't quit because Susie's opinion. Your why needs to be deep enough to be like, Susie, shut up. I don't care what you have to say. And then lastly, what are your 5 things that describe you? So like me, I'm a yellow lab mom. I'm a farm kid or an ag teacher. I'm a recent college grad. I am Virginia Tech alumni. And my boyfriend's a firefighter. So what are your 5 things? And you can drop one or the other in the comments. In the chats, not comments. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell y'all when you're showing up authentically is don't take yourself too serious. If you really want to look at my Instagram and check out how my dance moves have improved since October, I have a transformation on there on my dance moves from October to now. And it's funny because my stepdad literally called me on the phone one day and was like, you need to stop dancing on social media because it's embarrassing. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what you think. You're not paying my bills. And my boyfriend's brother always gives me a hard time for it. And I'm like, Beachbody's paying my bills. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to keep dancing and shaking my butt. Gabby, what kind of dog mom are you? One thing that I learned on a team call one time was to be specific when you're looking for people that are like dog moms, like your specific dog mom. because there are like so many dog moms, and that really like changed my perspective. Like I didn't think about that until now. I wasn't trying to call you out, Gabby. I just saw yours and was like, I love these. Oh my goodness. Nugs. Yes, y'all are my people. Nugs are life.
While they're posting them in there, I love that you said that and I love that you called me out on that because you know the pinwheel that Ashley Smith has? Well, yeah, Ashley Smith. Sorry, I was thinking that I said your name. Ashley Smith has she created it and I've had them do it before. But the thing is that yeah, dog mom, what kind of dog mom? You know, you're a mom, okay, mom of boys, how many? You know, Lauren, you're a hairstylist. What kind of hairstylist? Do you specialize in something? You know, taco lover, what kind of tacos do you like? Do you like beef tacos? Do you like chicken tacos? Pizza, do you like pineapple on your pizza? Do you hate pineapples on your pizza? You know, you're a wine lover, what kind of wine? So that's what she's talking about when you like you're finding your 5 things, but you're going more in depth with your 5 things, okay? So then you have more hashtags to go through and to, you know, build a bigger audience. And yeah, so I love that. Thank you. Got to be super specific down to like you can't think of anything anymore.
Yes. Honestly, like I used to be like, oh, like, you know, I just help anybody. No, because I can't help you if you're not my people. Like if we don't have something in common, then I can't help you. But yeah, these are good. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Okay. Sorry. Does anybody have any questions for me? Target lover, yes.
Actually, I saw you send that to me privately, and I was like, wait, what? She's so funny.
Lexi, I have a question.
Okay.
So when you first started like talking to people, what were your first invites? Like, was it people from Warm Market, or were you going and like talking to just, you were really like creating connection all of a sudden, or like how did you find your people like that quickly?
So, actually, this is something I'm glad you asked that. So most of my people in my first 3 months, like to get me to Success Starter, were people in my warm market. However, I have really channeled into my warm market recently rather than like then, because I was like afraid to invite my warm market because I was afraid of the rejection of what they may say to me. I would do people that were like close to me or people that I knew would be interested, but I was afraid of like other people's opinions on what they may say. So I was too busy worried about inviting random Josie Lou over here on Instagram that I didn't even know anything about. So I definitely would suggest like starting with your warm market. And something else that I meant to say was, so I have personally been on Facebook for like 5 ever. So I try to use Instagram like completely at first. But the last couple of months, 85 to 90% of my business has come from Facebook because those people know me more. They've like interacted with me, and a lot of them are like people I actually know. If that makes sense. So start with your warm market, and then you can still be building connections with these people on Instagram and stuff while you're connecting with your warm market. But I would definitely say your warm market is going to be the people that would buy toilet paper from you. I'm sorry, y'all. I come up with the craziest things, so I do apologize for what may come out.
Yeah, no, that's great. That was a great question. I
I
have a
hope that
question.
wasn't too crazy answer.
No, that was fine. That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, so my question is do you talk about coaching on your stories? And is that something you make a point to talk about more than your challenge groups, or is it kind of they both go equal hand in hand?
I personally do probably equally, but I struggle with just like inviting to coaching. I focus more on my challenge groups, on my stories. Like I talk about them every day, and because I'm working out and it's easier for me to relate to. Like I talk about working in my business, but I don't necessarily talk about coaching on my stories consistently, or not enough, I guess to say. Most of my coaches have either been discount coaches or they've come from like my challengers. I typically invite challengers to coaching after they've been with me and I know they're rock stars.
Yeah. No, totally. The reason I ask is because we do have some girls who, want to talk about coaching more, but it's kind of like nerve-wracking. There's fears, of course, and then inviting to coaching. So the thing is, though, is that to build a business and to have that moving forward of building your tribe and organization, you have to be inviting to coaching. You have to be talking about coaching. And the goal is honestly, in the future longevity of this business, you should be adding 5 coaches to your team every single month if you want to push your business forward. You're going to have a lot of coaches quit for no reason and tell you like, hey, like, or not even say anything. And it's your responsibility to keep adding coaches to your team, discount coaches and working coaches. So that's why it's really important for you to maybe now, even as a baby coach, even as, an emerald or a diamond or whatever it looks like for you, is to work on getting comfortable with talking about coaching, and, share like what you're doing during a power hour. Maybe make 2 or 3 slides and share what a power hour is, recognition and all of that kind of stuff. Because if you want to build a team, no one's going to know what that means if you're not talking about it. So I know that it's showing the groceries being paid for. I shared that today, you guys. I shared how I was actually telling this to Amanda in the car, that a lot of people don't know this, but I lost so much weight in the month of December because my husband left and I couldn't afford groceries and I wasn't eating. I was literally eating the last things in my refrigerator and I lost so much weight. I was sick looking. And now coaching's given me that opportunity to buy organic groceries and pay for my car payment and help me put money into my savings. And that's the kind of things that you can talk about. And that's the types of things that people are going to relate to. So, where you are now, maybe that how you're feeling is how someone else is probably feeling, and your story can empower them to maybe want to ask you more questions, right? So it doesn't have to be, I made $30. Say, no, what is that $30 paying for? That's what you should talk about. So yeah, I love that. Great.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I can tell you that in the last 6 weeks of trying to hold Diamond, and as my team went into 4-star, we literally, I have stayed up until like midnight trying to make sure that I have coaches, because a coach wants to quit and this or that and the other, or a coach is about to lose their emerald. And I promise you that if you haven't yet experienced staying up until almost midnight to fill a gap or do something, then you have not been here long enough.
Yes, it's so true, honestly. Literally me, I think it was the last qualification, and I'm like I looked at my back office and I was texting Emma sweating. I almost got stripped naked because I was sweating. I was so nervous. But I actually Emma was like, no, put it out into the universe. You're going to sign someone up. And I did. I don't know, literally out of like, I don't know, you guys, but it happens, but that's what this business is. I honestly, to be totally honest, I mean, I've only really experienced this as a diamond to 1-star, but that diamond, I feel like, is the hardest to hold. I don't know why, but it's because it's so like, you have 4 coaches on each leg and then 2 emeralds, and that's really hard to attain. And so we always say, like, shoot for a strong emerald, but know that, strong emerald, just shoot for a strong diamond. But honestly, like, that's great. Everything was so great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have
any questions?
Yeah, any other questions for her? I love questions.
Yeah, I like to talk, so if you have questions, feel free.
What's your favorite move or like part about MBF, or is there like anything you can tell us? I know it's a test group, but like I'm just curious.
So well, we're in the point where like I can share stuff on my story, like I can share up to a minute long. I don't know, I just love the program totally, but I will tell you that if you're trying to market this to people who are like already into fitness, I would definitely suggest going to talk to some CrossFit-ish people, because this program is going to remind you a lot of CrossFit, because Megan is known for that. I will tell you that Megan is like the sweetest yet scariest person, because she will be in the moment screaming at you and you're like, oh, I can't give up. And I burned like 500 calories in like a 35-minute workout. It's insane, but I love it. And be prepared for the bottom ropes and smacking yourself, because that's what happens.
So be prepared to get bruised.
Yeah, literally, so I try not to post these on my story, but when I'm like jump roping, I end up smacking myself, and there's like a red spot from reps myself.
Oh my gosh. I was actually curious, like, they look like nunchucks. Is that what they're called? Like,
That's what she calls them, or that's what somebody calls them.
that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, she's amazing. She actually, her gym is near us. I'm 99% sure, in Florida. So yeah, that's awesome. Any other questions, ladies?
Yeah, you're the Brittany, you're burning fat after the workout. I feel like it's like a high, you don't stop.
Yeah. Actually, I have a question. Do you think that, because you said CrossFit, so do you think that beginners, like, they say it's a beginner program, but do you think that it's good as a beginner program?
If I was doing this program 2 years ago, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
I am gonna be completely raw and honest with y'all. Which in the test group there, like, I haven't been able to like see like modifications. I don't know how it's gonna look, because it's being filmed completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know that it would be a beginner program. Like, I would probably start somebody on 21 Day Fix before I did MBF.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But I would definitely suggest everybody, coaches, customers, everybody who has been doing this program. I mean, even if you've been doing Beachbody for like 18 years, start with Clean Week. That's what she suggests, so that you're getting your body in the motion and you're getting used to her.
That's a great suggestion, is Clean Week. Like, I didn't even think of that. But that's a great suggestion. Yeah, Clean Week, duh, it's a Megan program. Yeah.
But it's
Perfect.
super fun.
Yay.
It's definitely a great workout.
Cool. Does anyone have any other questions? We're 100% positive. No questions for her. No?
You mentioned CrossFit, and I wrote in the chat, but it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It got stuck. But would you also compare it to Orange Theory? Because that's why I asked, because the whole like burning fat after the fact, it reminded me of like, I mean, I've never been to Orange Theory, so I wouldn't really know, but that's what I've heard.
See, I haven't heard of that either. I mean, I haven't done that either. I actually reached out and invited someone the other day who said she does that. And from what I understand, I think so. But I I don't know anything about Orange Theory. You could just, if you know people who do it, like if you have any friends that you know, you could always send in a sample when it releases and be like, hey, try this workout and tell me what you think. Or if you have any like CrossFit friends. I have a challenger who does CrossFit and does like Beachbody. So I'm gonna get her to try it and see what she thinks.
Brittany, I actually have a challenger who signed up, was going to Orange Theory, but obviously couldn't. And so she was doing Max 30 and loved it, but I'll reach out and have her do it. And Andrew's parents are doing Orange Theory too, but we're doing Max 30 as well. So it might be because of the 5, like a lot of people love the splat points, like the competition. So I would assume, yeah, it's probably similar, which would be a good market to also go. And like, if you have a local Orange Theory or a local CrossFit gym, like go to their Instagrams. That's another place that you guys can like look and see who's there, because obviously they're not really going right now. So
Yes. That's what I did with 10 rounds. Like I went and like stalked this gym. There was like a boxing gym near me and like followed all these people.
Awesome. Okay, well, if you guys don't have any questions, I guess we'll end the call. But thank you so much, Alexis. Do you go by Alexis or Lexi?
I go by either.
Okay. People always are like, do you go by Gabby or Gabriella? And I'm like, I don't ever say Gabriella. I don't even think I say my own name right. So
I can definitely share these slides if y'all want them or like want to see them in the future. I can share them with Gabby.
Yeah, if you want, just send me the PDF in Messenger, and I'll post it. I'll post it in a files page on the Teams. So thank you so much, Lexi. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I hope that you take some action items from her call tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. So bye.